Just mute this right here. Bam. Okay, we are live on episode 7,
Seven. Right.
Composer
Wonderful.
Dome.
Composer Dome. Yes, sir. How are you today?
Outstanding. Cannot complain. Nice rainy weather.
Good. Yeah, me too. Been busy lately. Busy this week, actually. And I've been out of town the past couple days, so I have not had any time to compose music. So I have nothing to show today, unfortunately. But we will create stuff on the fly because that's what we do.
That is what we do.
It's what we try to do. It's what we
Indeed.
try.
So right before this, we were talking about AI music generation.
hmm
And the past couple of years, right when it came out, I noodled around and it was version 2 at the time. So that was about a year ago. And that was when it was Suno.ai instead of Suno.com.
Hmm.
They've since grown tremendously, of course. Uh, and so they're actually based out of Boston, which is kind of cool. So
Oh, didn't
right
know
down
that.
the street. Um, and so I was generating it like a year ago and I was not that impressed. I was like, okay, this is distinct AI sound manipulation. You could hear the timbre in certain instruments was so synthesized that you could almost tell that it was made by like a machine and not
Yeah, like
and did not have a human touch to it.
ultra digital kind of.
Ultra.
Yeah.
And the voice synthesis was unbelievably bad. Like it was just like text to speech with a little bit of
Yeah.
reverb. It was bad.
Right.
Anyway, so I, booted it up last week and it's on version 3.5 and I had accumulated like 600 credits from the time that I started because each month or each day something like that you get an allotment of credits.
Is it
And
free?
so
Are they free credits or are
free
they?
credits every day. I think it's
Oh,
50 free credits a day.
you can
Could
make
be wrong.
50 songs a day,
Uh, it's five
or is it 50 minutes
credits.
or something
It's
like that?
5 credits per song, and per generation it does 2 iterations. So technically, it's 10 credits per prompt.
What about time limit? Like, could you
Time
ask
limit.
it to make an hour
Let
long
let
ambient
let's
track or
let
something?
let's
Huh.
pull it up and let's just make stuff. Uh, I have an account here that has 550 credits. So I'll start sharing my screen here. And a long story short, version 3.5 blew my mind, so I created a 27 track album and released it in one day.
You're
I
just
I,
cutting to the chase, man.
I
Let's
just
not beat
yeah,
around the
I
bush.
mean, it was just one night of just zoning in, making the art and just using GPT for the track names and just going ham on uploading everything, making sure everything's good and fastest, obviously. I mean, it's all generation, uh, or curation really. So I made 100 plus tracks ish. And each one of those, the only way to actually own the tracks is to have a subscription, and it's $10 a month and you get 20 or 3,500 credits or something like that. Anyway, so I had to generate a lot of tracks, like 100 plus, like I said, and cherry pick 27 of the best ones that I thought had, everything vibe-ish with the cyberpunk feeling. A little downside to that is the tracks do sound very similar, but in a way it's kind of good if you have it in back for background music for like intense gaming or something, or if you want to have certain certain parts of the track that are intense for a short or like a it's good for media stuff for just throwing something in there. But anyway, let's jump into this. So we can create either an instrumental or something with full lyrics. I don't know which one you would want to mess around with first.
Well, I mean, we might not want to go down this road, but what I just thought was we could give it a genre and ask it to make a short soundtrack. and basically do a composer dome thing, except the AI is doing it and see what it
That's
comes up with.
so our third participant will be Suno. That's actually genius.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we can update the Python script to select Suno as one of the composers.
outstanding. Okay, so let's I mean in that case it would be instrumental because we don't add lyrics to our stuff.
Sure.
And we would literally just type in the prompt. So like if we had adventure, we would just right
Yeah.
or romance or and then just let it do its magic or
Yeah, I think so. You want to just roll? You want me to just
yeah,
roll the script right now and
let's try it.
just see what it says? Sorry, I'm not going to share because it'll be over in like 10 seconds, but I'll let you know. New
Yeah,
age.
new age. Okay.
New age
So,
music.
so we'll
So
just have new age. We could obviously add like a bunch of genres or instruments or you know, it can translate a lot of English words into styles.
I would say short new age soundtrack. Or like even we could do the I think probably the average length that we've been doing is 30 seconds. So you could say like
Well,
30-second
do you,
new age soundtrack or something.
so do you think it should be like um orchestral based or electronic based
I
or
would just
hybrid?
we wouldn't have those constraints, so I wouldn't
True,
give those
true.
constraints to it.
Okay.
I would
So
just
new
say,
age soundtrack. Bam.
yeah, unless you want to specify a length, like less than a minute or 30 seconds.
I'll try that. I've never tried that, but we'll see. So you can
This
generate basically four at a time. It's pretty quick too. It's not
Wow, yeah, this is the first time I've seen this happen, so this should be interesting.
yep. And then
We should give it a timer.
it automatically will create a AI art image that it generates, and then it like also gives you
Wow.
the ability to download the MP4, and it shows if you have lyrics, it'll like have that as an option as well.
Okay,
Okay,
so
here we
for
go.
my first observation, it's got us beat time wise. That was like 25 seconds. So,
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna beat us. But here's the test, right?
all right.
Whispers in the
Oh,
twilight glow.
I accidentally put lyrics in there. Sorry. Let me here's the new created ones. We'll listen to the other one anyway.
Whispers in the twilight glow. Dancing
So it's got
in
some
the
auto
evening's
tune.
flow.
Definitely. So let's go instrumental. It also added serene instrumental new age, so must automatically skip forward, see if it changes. So it's just a piano track. It's
Okay.
also I noticed the compression sounds different when you download it wave and then play it through the browser. It actually improves when you download the wave.
Interesting.
It generates like the final export.
So far, I don't get the idea that it has a good idea of what we mean by new age.
I agree.
Yeah.
So in that
You try
case,
country or yeah, something like that.
what was the topic again? What was the Oracle?
New age.
New Age. Man,
Yeah.
I mean, New Age is such a weird genre because couldn't that encompass like many genres?
I mean, I instantly think big ambient spacey pads, like,
Okay, there we go.
but
Big ambient spacey pads. Any other descriptive value like that? Because maybe
uh,
just the words, more the better, I guess.
I
For
think of kind of like spacey new age, like maybe the type of music you'd hear at a massage place or something. Like that would be my guess, but I don't know. What does
oh,
new age mean
like
to
maybe
you?
like vaporwave or something.
I don't know. I've never heard that.
well, like vaporwave is almost like lo-fi elevator music.
I don't know. I like a spa, like spa
Spa,
music. That's what I think of
spa
when I
music,
think of new age.
big ambient space pads, new age spa music.
But maybe I mean, I might be wrong there, but like that's what I think.
When I think of new age, for some reason, I think of like Enya
Yeah,
as oh, okay, okay.
yeah. I would. It
Let's see what it
depends.
did. Another piano track. In the paid version, you can actually exclude instruments, which is kind of cool.
I don't think it's capturing, or it doesn't. It's not
No, it's
capturing.
definitely
Again,
not. It really wants to do piano, so I think the new age is really just triggering piano stuff.
yeah. I don't know. If we had
Um,
if we had other people chiming in, that'd be interesting. I don't think that when I think of piano or when I think of new age, I definitely don't think of piano. We should do new age as the first composer dome, actually, and see what we come up with because
I
now
mean,
I'm curious, like what we would
I don't
do.
even, I don't, yeah, I guess, yeah, we could definitely do that. I, uh, I would probably, not to foreshadow too deeply, but probably be sticking around with strings and like some
I
very
think as long as it's
stringish.
synthy, like synth strings. When I hear new age, I definitely don't think of like an orchestral.
All right, here we go.
This is much closer.
At least has it bass, yeah. Yeah, this is way better.
This is much closer. Yeah.
Let's get forward a little bit, see if it gets in any percussion. Oh, is this the drop? No. No drop. It really likes the piano though, with the something's triggering it. It's like kind of popish.
Yeah. I was
But
just thinking,
almost it
man,
can
if
pass for kind of new ages, in a way.
the last one was definitely the closest for me, but this just makes me think, if you're a composer that makes those snippets for commercials and stuff like that, then you better go back to school or something because this can crank out music like that like nobody's business.
Well, that's the dilemma, and that's the philosophical thought process that I went through on Wednesday. And I go, man, um, for a second there, I joined
The ranks of
the human race, and I was like, oh man, because the first generation that really sounded really good, I go, oh my God, I gotta. I mean, what am I doing?
yeah,
why am I even attempting some of this stuff when this is just gonna be 20 times better next year, and
yeah.
it's just
Well,
gonna increase in
exponential
complex.
growth possibly, like with AI, with anything AI, just because of the nature of the technology. Like I'm sort of expecting exponential growth, so I could be
Pre-
wrong there, but seem
Precisely,
yeah,
and so it's like one of those things where, so a year ago it really wasn't feasible, and now it is. It actually is, especially since there's other options, that it's not just generate a track and pray for the fences that something's going to come out and you can use it. But with the paid version, you can actually uh, s- separate out the stems individually and then remix the individual stems if you wanted, and then
yeah,
you can extend stems, and so it becomes in a way it becomes the ultimate producer tool, like the ultimate producer tool, because if you need a stem of something, you can generate it and own it, and actually own it under your company, whatever it is, and then utilize that stem for your own uh neural network that could produce music, generate music. that you could add into your library. I just feel like we're on the precipice of something insane, and so I'm trying to see if I can just extract as many gems as possible to keep it in the library prior to some like legislation coming down and hammering and saying you human music only, or
Well,
something.
I guess for what? For what purpose? Like why
So
would you take
a-
the
a-
time to?
any type of interactive experience requires music, right? Oh, let me explain. Let me show you something real quick. So, well, last week or in the last couple of weeks, we made that track. You made like the main theme, and I extracted it, made it longer.
Mhm.
Um, and so we were thinking, have a browser-based game that you can play that is engaging, that needs music, right? Um, so
Mhm.
if you had 50 different things that you can generate with AI experiences, right? Whatever they may be, a blackjack game, you name it, whatever. You're going to need music for everything, right? And it's not like humanly feasible to have every single one of those instantly be able to have tracks as fast as AI can generate the content. Like I can go into ChatGPT and make, for instance, I'll just go to this website to show you this week a small sample of what I mean. Um, so let's go to the Nuts Network, Cybersnake. So I made a clone of Slither.io, which is basically a game, and this is something that like I want to be a part of a website or something, but not necessarily something that we would spend time to make music for because it's not like a grand experience. But without music, it's less grand. So in this case, I made this thing. So an HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and a server, and I'm running it off a glitch. And so enter your name, uh, Bending Star, start game. And so basically you collect these things, and this is a multiplayer game. So you can join right now and play against me. Uh, and basically, I'll turn the music off for now. So but it's a multiplayer game. So you could join this link right now, play against me, and basically, you get longer with these snakes, and you can wrap around people and then kill them, and then they respawn as back to normal. And it's just great because it's a multiplayer experience. It works, and it's just a little demo that I don't think either of us would want to even spend the time to make the music for, to be honest, because this experience right here, without the music, it's a little less good. It's a little less engaging, I guess. But I wouldn't want to make the music for this thing personally. If, and so that's where AI just boom, you
Interesting.
put a trance track in here real quick, good to go. That project is done. I don't have to think about it anymore. I can move on and make the better thing
Mm.
and really integrate. This week I've been heavily uh, going through Unity, Unreal Engine 4.23, just basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript, like running off of a local server, trying to see uh, which web application will give us the best experience for the game, for the game. And I'm still leaning towards Unity, um, but I really like this approach too, because if I can get like 3.js working, which is, the 3D environment for JavaScript, I could have it without needing to rely on Unity builds, and I could just have it run straight from the website, which would be ideal for, keeping track of things like scores and leaderboards. I can have a database on, like MongoDB that could just have everyone every time they log in, they'll have their username and their uh and their leader board thing will pop up with their unique ID. But,
Mhm.
getting off the rails a little bit. back to the music stuff. I think stuff like that is where it becomes useful. Um, and to extend upon that, uh, I think it's useful in terms of just, when Midjourney first came out, it wasn't that great. You couldn't do that, but once that like 6 month mark, it started going crazy. People started commercializing it, and it floods, stock libraries now, and people are still getting passive income from AI generations. And so I feel like if you take advantage of it, at least try and throw a quarter up in the air and see what happens. Uh, at least try to see if something. And that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna make these 27 tracks, throw them out there, and analyze the statistics and see if the engagement is more or less than the other real music, I guess, that I've made since 2018 on the streaming services. So
That's an
it's a
interesting experiment.
yeah, it's an experiment, really. I mean, and if it doesn't do well,
But
it
what if
was
it does?
still that I've thought about that too. If it does really well, um, I will make more albums and I will curate more music and I will continue to pump out AI albums. Because honestly, the whole experience, uh, it's not a, it's not a, like, how when you're composing music, producing music, you get in that zone and it's like a work zone, but entertainment zone at the same time. Like you're kind of working the whole entire time. You don't really, your brain is never off, you know? But when you're really just listening to the music and just analyzing, your brain goes into a different state
Hmm.
and you're able to like truly analyze little things that you probably wouldn't be analyzing while you're like making the music. And so it was fun. Like I had a lot of fun going through and generating these tracks and just cherry. And when they blew my mind, I was like, holy shit, that sounds amazing. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to probably use this track for the album. Uh,
Well, okay, yeah, it's not composing. So
mm-mm.
I think yeah, so they're just different things, right? Like it's kind of like being a producer, like a real producer, like a record label producer, right? You're listening to these tracks and saying, yeah, that's good, that'll go on the album, or like, yeah, that'll make it. So this one
Yes,
won't, you know? So it's not
precisely.
it's not musicianship at all. It's just something different. And I'm not saying that there isn't a creative element to it, but it's not musicianship.
Here's where that kind of skews the line a little bit, though. There's a gray area. So take, for instance, either one of us, right, and put us with this AI generation program, give us 10,000 credits, give us a whole day to generate the best possible, crispest possible sound we can get out of it, versus average Joe, same prompts, or not same prompts, but same technology ability to hear what they're generating. Everything's the same. Which music will be better in your opinion? Do you think it is just a crapshoot,
It's
or do you think that
It depends on
the
what you mean by better. I'm terrible at like producing and picking out music that will be popular. That's just not that's not something I'm good at. So
well
the
pop
average Joe off the street will probably like if I spent the day doing that and the average Joe spent the day doing that, I guarantee you the average Joe would get more traction on a website. So
pop but popular versus clarity, I suppose, not clarity, but popular versus overall cohesive musical piece. Oh wow, none of the instruments sound fake. The progression is amazing. That, oh wow, it does this, da, 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 and it has all those things. And then you hear, because I'm sorry to interrupt again, but I heard some AI music generated stuff like on YouTube, recent stuff. I was just curious, and a lot of it was just really, really terrible. That was coming out of Suno, and you could hear the insane synthesis of like vocals, and it just sounded really bad. But people will choose that anyway, and then put that out there.
people have loved auto tune for like a decade and I think it sounds terrible. That's not the point. Like people love terrible sounding stuff all the time. Like
So what you mean is you'd probably, here, let's see. you'd probably do something like this.
Or do your best Wyatt impression.
Okay, here we go. Banjo. Let's get that in there. Okay, here we go. This is the Wyatt impression. This is your overlord incarnate. Oh, it must be really thinking about this one. So right from that little snippet,
It sounds
what
really good.
what do you hear? I mean, you've listened to a lot of folk music, you've played folk music, you've been around the real stuff, right?
Sure.
Like in the room. Out of that little snippet, I know it's just one time, that's all you got to hear, but did you hear anything major that stuck out to make you think, wow, that's AI generated?
Well, part of it is that this is streaming and it's coming through Zoom, so I don't know what the
Right,
wave file
right,
sounds like.
right. That is
So
very
it's hard for
intriguing.
me to give an opinion. It sounded pretty damn good, though, I will say. I mean, that's especially the banjo. I think that the because of the timbre and the nature of the way that the fiddle is played, I think that'd be difficult for it to reproduce. The banjo, though, because of its tenor, I think that it sounded really good. I mean, that I would be hard pressed if that was just the banjo playing. I'd be pretty hard pressed based on what I just heard to say that that wasn't a bluegrass band. So,
So interestingly, we're VST nerds. We have been for a long time. And you know, these I think the future of virtual instruments is actually going to be neural networks generating audio from libraries from real recordings instead of actual sampling, because
so that's my question though. Where is it getting its instrument library?
that's the I
Is it from
researched it.
yeah, is it from actual samples?
It's not a large language model like I thought maybe it had something to do with that. It's a neural network that has a database of many, 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 many tracks, and then
Hmm.
it generates through, however their algorithm does it through their neural network into audio. And so some of the stuff, I've been listening to string sample libraries forever, and I'm a stickler when it comes to strings, and some of the synthesis that I heard from orchestral tracks in this sounded to me like real recordings of real
Hmm.
instruments, but just through like a radio or something, or like
Mm.
through like through a bad speaker. But I could hear the true nuance of the actual strings, but then it had this weird synthesis effect. That's what I generated, but I didn't do too many. Here, let's see what this second one is real quick. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, I mean that's excellent. That's really, really good.
Like like if I heard that, even with it not being Wave right now, I legitimately wouldn't know. Probably because I don't listen probably to folk a bunch, maybe, but I don't know. It's just there's nothing that sticks out to me that is like, oh wow, that is AI. So some genre like this, I could see making a whole album of and just
Yeah,
throwing it out there.
especially the mandolin, the upright bass, and the banjo. Like I would be hard pressed to say that that wasn't a real player. That, like I said, the exception might be the violin, but I'd have to hear it on wave to really be able to pick it out. And also, this style of fiddle is bluegrass. I mean, this isn't really folk exactly. This is very bluegrass forward, and so their
Sure.
playing style is kind of very polished and tight and mechanical anyway. very different in like old time. I can go on that for forever because my dad's a fiddler, so I grew up hearing a lot of fiddle music, and that's bluegrass style fiddling, and that's kind of how they play anyway. So I'm not insulting bluegrass players, but they are a little bit more very tight and polished. Some might say robotic in their playing. So
which is very hard to do in itself.
no, no,
You
it's
know, play.
they're bluegrass musicians are extremely talented, and that it kind of saddens me to hear this because that kind of playing is very difficult. So
Yeah, it's and to think that for this is the thing that kind of blows my mind. For $10 a month, right? You generate as many tracks as you can, is high quality, say for those. We tried submitting tracks to Epidemic Sound. We
yeah,
tried submitting tracks to the other website. I forget already what it was called. Um, Nothing. We never got anything back. But a great experiment would be to generate
yeah.
something so mainstream and then do the AI art, all the stuff, blah, blah, blah. And since you own the track, you can actually legally sync it in music. So you can have your track be played in a TV show, technically,
Well, I'm
legally.
sure
Eh,
I'm sure that they'd get back to us 5 years from now because they are completely swamped because there's millions of people doing just this.
Here's the crazy thing. Is there millions of people doing just this?
Yeah.
Taking the time to set up the streaming services. I mean, every musician friend that I know, uh, except one, has their music on streaming services. Every other musician friend that I don't, they don't even have streaming services. So I think in my mind, like the majority of just average people are using this thing.
Yeah.
They're doing this. They're sharing it to the public thing and trying to go like get a bunch of likes on like the main page and sharing it on Facebook and sharing their and they're not actually paying for the service. They're just utilizing the free
Okay, but
credits.
well, hold up though.
But I could
And
be
this,
completely wrong, man,
I
right? Of
might,
course.
I don't want to insult anyone, and so that's not my intention. But what's the point of that? Like, it's not your, like, it's not your creation. So what's the point
What's
of?
the point of an experiment? I
Is it an
mean,
experiment? I
oh,
mean,
100%. I mean,
they're trying to get likes though on the track that they produced using
oh,
AI.
I would
Right.
never make anything public here.
Right.
I
No, no.
I under
I'm saying what's the point of making it public here? Like
it's the same reason of having an Instagram account and putting a picture up there. It's the
that's
literally
fake.
the it's the same exact. It's putting a Facebook post up and praying for a like. It's
Right.
equivalent to that same dopamine that the human brain receives when they see somebody else interacted with their content that they
Right.
are associated with.
So this
So
isn't monetized at all. If you get a
no, man,
billion
that
likes on one of these,
you
but
could
you could
exactly
technically own it.
310,000 like listens, 854,000 listens, 8,000 likes. It doesn't mean
Yeah,
anything. 11,000 likes.
yeah,
It
but
doesn't.
look at those numbers of listens, man. That blows anything we've ever created out of the water. I mean, it's crazy.
There's the dopamine receptor being triggered right there because that thing right there is why they do it. It's like, oh wow. It's like it's almost like somebody will listen to this and be like, let's listen to one, right? I mean, if this thing has, let's see, this has 802,000 listens. Is that too loud? Just let me know and I can lower it.
It's a little loud, yeah. Drop it a little bit.
Okay.
That's perfect. So far, it sounds terrible.
Yeah, let's skip forward here. So the
Drum-
D&B.
Drum and bass from the 90s.
Give it to me sooner.
This is terrible.
Let's see. So that is the Suno showcase.
Wow,
Oh,
that is
butterfly.
awful. That was terrible.
To be lost and abandoned. Don't come looking for me. I'm not being free. When
All right.
I am, I'll come find you
Okay.
again.
Oh man, this is incredible. What are you
Okay,
talking
hold up,
about?
hold up. Let's stop right there. I was gonna say this earlier, but I didn't want to sound like an old fogey, which I am, and a
Indeed, sir.
Luddite, which I am, and a sour old man. I don't like this. was gonna go right out and say this for lots
So
of reasons, but we just heard a couple of them. But
so that is the Suno showcase. So that'll be the most, mainstream uh K-pop sounding. Here, maybe this is better. Oh yeah. Here we go. Egyptian dance party.
oh, good lord,
Terrible.
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, everything in that showcase is horrible. So I mean, it really does take a lot of curation, and that's kind of where, like I said, I created 100+ tracks for that album, and some of them were really bad. Some of them didn't even come close to the
No,
mark.
no, I see. Here's the thing. I'm not saying I don't like this because it's bad. I don't like this for lots of reasons. One of them is that a lot of it's bad, but I've got other reasons too. Like for example, like I don't think that like it's already arguably too easy to make music. And now
It is.
it's going to turbocharge into the stratosphere the oversaturation of music. Like we're already completely killed by an abundance of choice, and this just makes it so much worse. So
So there's two options, right? Or is there a third that I'm not privy of? Because I believe that we have two options. One, we totally disregard AI and totally disregard any type of AI tools necessary, and like get rid of basically don't use. Doesn't this kind of like the mastering plugin? Like the mastering plugin utilizes an algorithm that
sure.
could be considered in a way AI, right?
I don't think
It's
so. An AI, like an algorithm's not those aren't equivalent uh
sure,
technologies. AI's like eventually, I mean, Isotop's certainly working on AI
but
right now. I have no doubt about that. And when the AI mixing algorithm comes out, I'll happily use it because that doesn't interfere with my creativity or my composition at all. It doesn't interfere with my musicianship. That's just the final like mixing stage, which I'm not. If someone else wants to handle doing that, I mean, hell, for decades, musicians handed their creations over to mixing engineers and they were like, okay, my part's done. I mean, so if you consider yourself the musicianship part of it, then you're totally fine with that. Um,
so
normally,
technically,
normally musicians don't mix and master their own music. That's not the normal workflow. So if an AI wants to
yeah.
do that instead, I'm totally fine with that.
So okay, I guess how far would you allow it to mix and master your music? So would there be some type of threshold to,
Well,
you know,
I would want to mix it myself. I would let it master it completely because I don't mastering is uh I don't mind if someone else masters my stuff as long as it sounds good. I guess is what I'm getting at.
so uh another interesting, here's a really good segue. We're right on this topic.
Hmm.
So this track I made like a month ago. We'll play a little bit of it here. Too loud or
Yeah, it's pretty loud.
okay. So it's like a house 80s modern synth, and it
Right.
has,
Yeah, I've
you
heard
know.
it.
So what I did was I sampled that track, and then I
Well, where'd you get the vocals for that track? That was AI, right?
no, 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 no. That track that you just heard,
Yeah.
I made 100% utilizing virtual instruments, and I used Exhale from Output. It's a virtual
Right.
instrument.
Exhale. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember.
So I utilized everything there, and then what I did was I uploaded a snippet, not a snippet, more like kind of a snippet. It was like 59 seconds out of the main parts of the track, everything that would repeat anyway. So it was basically the whole track minus the intro, right?
Hmm.
And then I ran it through uh Suno and had GPT put some lyrics to it,
Uh-huh.
and you could still hear that it actually just remixed the track
Yeah.
and kept all the little hooks and everything.
City lights, oh, you guide me.
and you can hear all the instruments that I've used, which is insane.
Yeah.
And so where, so in my case, right, I've been struggling for years to find authentic vocals that I don't have to buy from a place that already has vocals on a pack, or that I have to, meet with some female vocalists on Zoom and say, "Hey, I got a track and you want to sing to it," but it'll do a whole thing.
Yep.
Now I could make this track or whatever track, and if the vocals are really good on it, like I'm like, oh, the vocals are good. In my opinion, those vocals are some of the best vocals
Yeah.
I've heard from this thing.
I agree.
And if I can cherry pick those really good vocals, I can separate the stems and just take the vocals and just have the vocals for my own personal track that I
I
can
agree.
legally own,
Sure.
which will enhance my personal made track tenfold if done properly.
Yeah.
Um,
I
and
agree.
so that's like a little weird use case in between. Like it is kind of cheating, but at the same time, it's
It's
what other option do we have?
I don't think it's cheating. I think that it's your
Gray area though,
your
right?
second bandmate and your second producer is DJ AI. I think that that's fine, but like it's not cheating as long as you acknowledge that, openly.
S-
So
But what are your thoughts? Like that track right there, how I did the how the end product from the beginning product goes.
I
What are your thoughts? Does it automatically go black and death right when
I
you introduce AI, or
I think that no, quite the opposite actually. I think that and I'd heard that before because you sent that to me earlier.
Mhm.
I think that that track sounds phenomenal. I think that that is a completely professional sounding track. I think it's brilliant. I think the singing, as you said, is like almost unbelievably good. And the lyrics actually weren't that bad either, all things considered. So
Yeah,
I think it's
GPT, man.
wonderful. Um, and if you want to use it in that way, I'm certainly not going to criticize it. You're still writing the music. All of the melodies were you. You just have a second bandmate, and it's an AI bandmate, and like that's fine. Yeah. So that's my thought. I personally have no interest whatsoever in creating music that way, but I think it sounds phenomenal, and I wouldn't criticize you if you did it.
So do you think and how far away utilizing that process is how far away is that from just generating from zero into a track, without utilizing any of your own music, just straight up generating a track? How far away is that percentage wise? I know
I
it's a
mean,
weird
well,
question, but
you could probably quantify that specifically. I mean, you could say, okay, um, my original composition had this many notes in it, and the AI came up with this melodic line, and it's 10%. So you could say, well, 10% of it is AI generated music. I didn't generate because her main melodic line you did not come up with. She did based on based on the foundation you had laid, right?
so that's the scary part. That's the scary part about how this vocal synthesis worked in this specific case is it actually sampled the hook, and then it created the virtual voice with that exhale hook. The entire voice is only that exhale hook that was
Well,
sampled
no,
and then
but it generated its own melody. Like that the full melody of her singing was not in the original track.
the breakdown, yeah, it goes all the way up to the breakdown is like OG, and then the breakdown she starts going on her own little melody thing,
Right.
and then it wraps back to the same hook like that's
And
in
as
the
we
OG
know,
track.
wrapping back to the same hook is very difficult to do, and so she does it very fluidly, which is impressive. So I
So
said she, but the AI.
yeah, I mean, and that's the crazy thing again, like, if you made uh 18 tracks with all the same sounding female voice, it's almost like you could just like
You have a singer.
you
Yeah,
have a singer.
you
You
could you
have
name her Sarah and just be done with it.
be done with it, man. Yeah, Sarah gets 20% of every track, but
I
I'm Sarah, so
Yeah, and like working with singers is tough, so it's easier, certainly. I mean, they're
I don't
never
know.
late for band practice, like
It's certainly interesting and it's definitely new and I like messing with it rather than like trying to put it in a closet and forgetting about it just because I like AI in general, always have, and I think like the latest and greatest AI capabilities interest me to the and when it comes with music, it's like, man, it really, really goes next level. But yeah, lots of dog shit, lots of
I couldn't
flooded
believe how
music now.
bad some of those extremely popular tracks were. I mean, that was insane. But people,
Have you ever seen TikTok, man?
I
Have you
know
ever
people just like
heard
bad
the
music. It's true. I know. I was just about to say it. So,
there's a soft core, I think it's called. And I was like, what is soft core? What are we doing here? And it's a new genre that basically it's blown out, terrible blown out sounding basses that are clipping at like 96, man. Just
oh, so
like
it's like AMSR kind of.
I guess it's just blown out noises and then just like a really deep, slowed down synth and then just like creepy kind of pad going with it. And that's all like every track is like that. And people really like it for some reason. And it's interesting. I don't know why. I don't know. People are weird these days, man. So like when you're trying to be, what do people like? What are people into? It's like, I don't know. I'm just gonna stick to what I like, what I'm into, man. You know?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I guess for the most part, I don't really it sounds like selfish, I guess, but I don't really make music for other people. Like I make music I want to hear. And especially when I sit down and like I start to compose something, it's like I want to be where that composition is, like wherever that
True.
world that's created. I kind of want to live there for a minute, and so and that sounds really new agey and everything. It's to get back to earlier, but it is really true. Like I can take kind of a trip and be somewhere that a track that a track that a track is. So unless you say like, hey man, give me like a minute of soundtrack for a video game or something, in which case I'll just do that. But like left to my own devices, I'll just create music that I want to hear and experience.
Sure.
So
Yeah, for authentic experiences, I still think, and to kind of play devil's advocate on this whole situation, uh,
you no.
uh so you know, it like it can't do certain nuance that you need for certain situations, and
Mhm.
uh,
Oh, you meant devil's advocate, like arguing against AI.
sure,
I see.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And until that happens, then that's another story. But
Well, there is something to be said, and this is like totally outside of our realm, um, for the context of like what we do, but there is something to be said about creating music together with someone in the same room, and
oh,
that
sure,
is like like a pleasure and a rush that you can't really get elsewhere. So I I guess what I'm saying is like in the brave new world of music production, we're losing a lot.
oh, tons.
Yeah.
But does that just make live performances that much more valuable? And so like that experience of getting in the zone with another human and saying, "Oh man, that person's in the zone. I'm about to jump in that zone too." Boom,
Yeah,
and
I've
then
never really understood electronic music live performances like ever. I mean, it's like dudes standing up there with laptops, and then people are dancing and stuff. So I get the idea that you're dancing with others, but the fact that he's quote unquote live performing, it's like who cares? It doesn't. There's nothing being performed. He's a guy with a laptop.
well, I mean, no, I just mean like live performances. Sure, like that's like DJ stuff. Also, Barros, what's going on? He stopped by. How's it going, guys? He said. Um,
Oh, cool. Hey.
but I'm talking more like performances with real people playing real instruments, like in a
Yeah.
band or stuff.
Yeah,
Not
yeah. I think it will be. I don't know if live performance attendance is up or down. That's a good question.
it's
Over
probably
previous decades. I would have guessed down.
yeah
But
since 2020. If I would assume that
yeah,
they took a drastic hit, they're probably recovering.
yeah.
But yeah, I thought about that too. What sells more? live performances for successful artists or their record sales on streaming services or physical copies.
I think for a long time now, musicians have gotten the majority of their money from live performance.
I'd
Yeah.
assume that. I'd assume
Because
that.
streaming doesn't make people a lot of money. So.
Unless you're like Madonna or like Michael Jackson or
Well,
something,
they're just
right?
living off royalties. Like you could be in that boat too, but I think that's really hard to do nowadays. Like,
What I mean is like total album sales versus the amount of times they performed. Do you
oh,
think
oh,
that they
back
made
in the day,
more?
but I
Yeah,
mean, back in the day, I think that that might have been true, but since, since Napster, that hasn't been true.
true. Napster, good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barros, we are talking about yes, what are we talking about? AI
AI generated
generation.
music. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And we have Kick, dude, Mia, Isabel, what's going on?
Hello. Thanks for tuning in. We should make
We're
some music, I guess.
Yeah, we probably should. Yeah, first stream on Kick and Twitch and YouTube. So let's jump into Composer Dome. What do you say?
Yeah, sounds great.
Barros, did you want to join today's Composer Dome? If so, I shall send the link. Also, Mia, if you produce some music or have any musical abilities whatsoever, playing a live instrument, anything, and you want to join in on Composer Dome, by all means, you can join in. And basically, what we do is we use the Oracle, which is a highly advanced algorithm that gives us the answer that we crave, which
It is
is
true.
what type of video we're going to be scoring. And we each have 10 minutes, and then we try to score whatever video the Oracle gives us, and we review it. And sometimes it's unbelievably bad, and sometimes it's really good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Try is the operative word there for
Mia
this
is
one.
a digital artist illustrator by profession, not a music artist, sadly.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, thanks for dropping by though.
Here we go. Let's see. And Barrow says, AI generated music scares me.
Aha.
I
Yes.
I asked for a Renaissance style song and it made it perfectly. So, yeah,
Yeah. Absolutely.
that'll be the case.
I don't like it either.
It is what it is. Uh,
All right. Shall we consult the Oracle?
let's consult the Oracle.
All right. Whoa. All right. And here we go.
Just gonna send over the link to Barrows.
Indie and its bows.
Oh, okay. Sending it over now.
All right. Indie. Oh, wow. That is a tough one.
He says indie all caps exclamation point question mark over and over. Indie. What is
Gotta find
indie?
something on Pexels. I'm not even sure really what that means, but maybe Pexels will have some videos that will lead us in the right direction on that one.
Indeed. So oh, Barros is the selector?
Yeah,
Okay.
according to the Oracle.
I will be speaking at the Zoom. Okay, cool. Barros is connecting. We hear the clicking. Good day, Barros. Sounds good. All right. Well, today we're going to be having an indie type 10-minute segment to score, and we choose that from pexels.com. And right when, oh, it doesn't matter if you have bad English. We are very good at understanding broken English. Pretty good, I'd say. Between the both of us, we could, we can get it.
No worries though, man. Just do whatever you're comfortable with. Yeah.
He asks, "What is indie again?"
We're not really sure, actually. We have this long list of genres that try to encompass like all film and TV kind of genres. So I guess an indie movie is, I don't know, what's the quintessential indie movie? Wes Anderson, I guess.
Could ask, our overlord what indie is.
I think let's just go to Pexels and see what kind of videos they produce, and then
I,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure, isn't it like, rockish, like alternative rock, kind of like indie music? Like I think of like the
Yeah,
fast-paced kind of lyrics and like
yeah,
indie rock.
or it can be like quirky music.
What do you mean by quirky?
Like playful, quirky music, like maybe think like Playbox type stuff or
Mm,
but yeah, I think mostly it would be rock-ish.
well, it's not up to us to pick the videos, so we gotta score whatever happens.
Just make it short.
Yeah, hopefully
Because this
under.
could be a tough one, so 30 seconds or less.
I mean, and this is one of those things where the drums from Logic would be perfect,
Yeah.
Throw the drums out there, put a bass in there real quick, throw a guitar, boom,
Okay.
done.
Okay, so independent music.
Oh, it's like 80s style indie?
Um, I don't know.
I guess, yeah, I guess it could be like
I guess it could
synthwave
be.
or something, right? I mean, I'm gonna go back to Suno real quick and generate this 15-second. Mia, we do not have a Discord, sorry. We probably should make one.
Ooh, this one's gonna be tough. Okay, what about that one? How long is it? Okay, that could work. 18 seconds.
Whew. Okay, so you want to just
Yes.
send that link into the chat, unless you already did.
Perfect. Thank
All
you. Thank
right,
you
thank you,
both.
sir. Uh-oh. Did you have the same error for the video? Or maybe it's just I
No,
had
it's
a oh, there it is. Okay, it was
no, I'm
just
good.
I had a country error for a second there.
Yeah, this is a little different.
You just have to know Portuguese and you're
It
good.
is in Portuguese, yeah.
All right, dragging it in.
Okay,
Also,
cool.
there here's another little thing. Hopefully it doesn't break everything, but uh I have downloaded a timer built into Zoom so we could just,
Oh, cool. That
so
sounds good.
let's try this for the first time.
Yeah. That would be really helpful because I've definitely gotten burned by the timer before.
Yes, and all of us will, yes, okay. So I don't know if you guys can see it somewhere in yours. It just popped up as a little app on the side of the Zoom meeting. Not sure if you can see that or not.
I don't think so.
Damn. Okay, maybe this is just for my system, but oh, okay. Damn. All right. Well, never mind.
Well, you could if you just do the ding ding thing. I mean, that's fine with me.
Yeah, it might trigger on the thing too. But yeah, we'll do the ding ding thing. Uh okay, so once everyone's set up, we'll begin and
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah, I
Get
think
this
I'm good.
flowing.
I'm good to go.
Barrow says, I think too.
Okay.
So, do you want to count it down, Senor?
Absolutely. All right, we begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Composer dome. Now I see it. Oh wait, don't turn your camera off. Here we go. Was that is that the alarm music? I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
That was the alarm music, man. That was pretty
That is
cool.
really cool, man. That works great. Awesome.
What's the
Sorry, man. You don't have to keep your camera on then. I can if I can hear that. Yeah, it's just like
uh,
Beethoven.
alarm cooked like Beethoven? Yes, it did, sir.
Oh
I
man.
For a second I thought that was like Barrows like
Barris's
sharing. I
music.
was like, what the hell? What's going on here? Man, okay.
That's hilarious.
Man, this last thing I was trying to do, man,
I
it
know.
was cooking and I was like, oh, I like this, but I just deleted it because
I had to. I did
yeah.
exactly the same thing. Yeah, 100%, man. I was trying to add a bass line, and it was kind of working, but then I didn't have time to listen to it back again, so it was just gone. Yep.
Okay, so
Let's hop in.
it is time for Barrows to share, jump
Yes,
in.
sir. And we might have to adjust volume levels. I think we discussed that.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah, just to
I
make sure
believe
that.
I believe from last time you shared Barrows, if we can probably reduce like 30%, we might be at the sweet spot for volume wise. Especially in Fruity Loops was much better. It was much more tame, but Finale for some reason has very hot output
Yeah,
into
yeah.
this
It was really
Zoom.
loud relative to ours.
Could just be his output on his I'm not sure what he's using for an audio interface process, but
Oh, okay,
if
cool.
it oh nice. So then there oh sweet. Good old Nvidia. A
Nice. Oh, that's electric guitar. Okay, we got two electric guitars, a
it
bass
has
guitar.
it has that vibe like that kind of like TV show-ish vibe.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too.
Like, hey, we're all here. Look at us. See you later.
Yeah, cool.
I'm digging that.
Cool, man. Yeah, and the volume sounded great.
Yeah,
That was
volume
perfect.
much better, much better.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
So that thing can do some drum kits, electric guitar. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got the whole kit and caboodle with that thing. Uh, okay, sir, do you want to share or do we want to go over anything or
Oh, it's not finale. Okay, it's Muse score.
Muse score. Thought it was finale for some reason.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, just give me 1 second. We'll go pop over to Logic
Oh yeah, I gotta
and
switch the audio too.
switch the audio and hope that it doesn't crash.
Come on, old Bessie.
Exactly. Actually, yeah, well, I won't introduce it at all, actually. Let's just give it a listen.
Also, another thing I did right before is I switched a patch, but I was on the wrong track. So I switched a patch that I already had, and I thought it was a new track. You know what I mean? Because I was using the same instrument, and I was like,
Wait,
"Oh
so
shit!"
you didn't repair that? You didn't fix
I
that?
listened to it right before, and it doesn't sound terrible. So
Oh, okay, you
I'm
got
not
lucky.
like I got
Yeah,
lucky. It
gotcha.
sounds a little more energetic, I guess, than it did, but it is what it is.
Okay, oh well, I can't hear that. Hold up. Sorry about that. I think that was my fault. Share sounds stereo. Okay. Good.
Oh yes.
Cool. All right. Kick it off.
Definitely catches the vibe. So Playbox, that was the instrument that I left off on there. Man, you got Playbox to work, you.
Well, it was tough, man, because you got to find the right settings, and I was randomizing until I hit something that I liked, and it has to be in key, and that's the problem. Like,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
must have started with Playbox and did everything around Playbox, right?
I didn't actually. I started with the
Really?
drums. So I
Okay, okay,
did
but
this I hand banged out this like real simple drum pattern. And then I did the piano chords. which is a hybrid keys instrument. So
Oh
piano
wow!
chords
So
are
you did the piano chords prior to Playbox.
yeah, and then Playbox, I
Wow.
just wanted to give it like some texture. So the main melody, the main melodic lift is coming from the hybrid keys right here, just doing this simple D major progression.
So can you open up Playbox real quick?
Hmm.
Check that out.
Oh wait, I'm an idiot. Sorry. There we go.
Ah, you're forgetting to use the little tool thing.
I know, but I got to do it every time. Yeah. So what do we got here?
So you're on D major, and so this instrument, for anyone watching that's curious, is basically you have you have basically like eight or what is it, six keys on your keyboard that
mhm.
correspond to chords and sampled instruments or whatever this VST offers, and each chord, each key that you hit will be that chord, and you can customize whatever chord you want within that uh setup you have, like whatever sounds you're using. So this is interesting because so you're hitting D,
D
A,
A
and
D
if you
G A.
open up the back end, so just click the bottom left chords, not that button. Oh, you click the dice. I think that just
Uh-oh.
switched everything.
What does it sound like now?
You're on C sharp minor now,
Yeah, I know. I totally ruined it.
but you could just reload the patch and then just do
No,
D.
that was customized.
Oh, so you went into the chords and
Yeah.
customized it.
Well, I didn't go into the chords, but I was randomizing things. Like,
So can you just click that chords tab just so
all
it
right, what you
not the
mean
random, not the
there, like this?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is how you actually customize the chords, and you can take out chords, add your own and each one of these keys correspond on the keyboard. And so like it's a really nice workflow, to be honest. Like this
Yeah.
is a to make hip hop type of stuff, or
Yeah, exactly.
something like this is really good for, because it's a modern hip type of thing right out of the box, and you can just it has that like vibe to it, like right
Yeah.
when I heard it in the beginning of the track, I'm like, damn, that matches the aesthetic of this scene perfectly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And the drums are just I don't know. I mean, they're not perfect, but my go-to
They're
drums
OGs
recently.
though. They're OG.
Yeah,
You
no,
played
it
it on
was
the
played.
keyboard, right? Yeah. That kick is the best kick out of that thing I've heard.
Yeah, and
It's
I didn't think about laying the hi-hats, but I mean, I could have laid those too, but sometimes I just add those in later because it's easier to just add them in rather than play them by hand. So,
yeah, yeah, totally, totally.
um, any other
Sometimes
questions or
I like
anything?
doing it by hand and quantizing, but
Hmm.
yeah, no, that's you probably took the first one with a breeze. Okay, let me start sharing here. All right, so
That's a cool looking instrument.
yes, Utopia. I picked this up for half off. It was 25 bucks. And I've used this so many times since I've used it, one of the best $25 VSDs ever. And this is Play Series
Hmm.
from Native Instruments as well. Uh yeah, so I had an instance of Playbox loaded and then tried another thing. Okay, so we'll just play it. Maximize this. Oh, well, I'll replay it. There we go. Yeah. So that was that.
What's that arpeggio? That sounds really good.
The arpeggio is the instrument that I messed up on, which was Utopia.
Okay.
So this is a sequence that I did in no, actually I disabled the sequence that is usually there and I use the arpeggiator on the complete control keyboard. And so this is
Okay.
just um and so
Wait.
it
So
it just
you're
autom
changing the root note though.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm playing everything here is played on the keyboard. It's just arpeggiated. So if I turn the arpeggiator off,
Got it. Cool.
but
Yeah,
it sounds
that sounds
way
great.
cooler
Really cool.
with
It's
that.
very like 90s trance sounding.
So
Um,
that's definitely yeah, so the reverb and the width has
oh
that
yeah.
reverb like that classic, you know,
Yeah.
90s
Very 90s trance. Yeah,
let's
sounds good though. I like it.
mask the synthetic sound with some reverb.
In my personal opinion, this is a very cool track. Kudos for making it 10 minutes, but I'm not sure if it goes with the scene very well.
I just saw neon glowing lights
Yeah.
and Indie said 80s, so I was like, I mean, synth ARP. Uh, it's more like, I guess, hip hop modern though, because there's the boombox there,
Yeah,
and
yeah, the boombox. Yeah.
but why do they have neon lights?
I don't know. Yeah,
You
it's a good
know,
question, but
it almost looks photoshopped. I know it's a video, it's not Photoshop, but doesn't that picture almost look photoshopped, like the boombox?
yeah. I see what you mean.
But yeah, so you totally
Yeah, I agree,
took the
but I
cake
was gonna say the same
on
thing.
the first round of Composer Dome today. Congratulations, sir. The Oracle will reward you later. Um, shall we
Let's
move
do
on
another.
to episode two or second one?
Absolutely. All right. And we're going to consult the Oracle again.
Here we go.
Ooh,
Quiet.
biography. Man, we need to work on these genres. Biography. Well, let's see what we get.
Yeah, gotta reset all the stuff.
Biography. No, it's
I guess it's like a. Oh, good.
well, so when we were coming up with these genres, I think we asked ChatGPT actually. We are like, "Hey, give us a big list of like any film and TV genres." And so a biography is a type of film or TV show. So I think that's why I chose it, and we just haven't really gotten rid of it. Um, so basically, the genres are of videos, not of music, right? Do you agree with that, Aaron?
Pretty much. It's just really keywords that we can search for the general expression of what you would normally see on television for
Yeah.
that specific genre.
All right, let's okay, videos. Let's see what happens. Well, if I could spell correctly. Oh wow, why are those huge? Is there a different way to? Huh, that's weird. I don't know why it looks different. Anyway, this is a shot of a library. 10 seconds. Okay, interesting. Okay, so basically we're in library, which is fine. That's kind of I can work with that, I think. That's kind of cool. that's only
Yeah, some kind of
17.
library, I guess, would make the most sense. Some kind of like like preferably a cool one, right? Like
Yeah,
a
I guess we could just go with library.
maybe library museum.
That might give us a cooler video. Oh, Barros wants us to select this one.
That one there.
Oh, these are all really
That's a good biography on every human.
these are all really short. It's 13 seconds. That's pretty far from biography, though.
Yeah, that's. How about scripture? Maybe like
Biography. Well, what
eight.
about a biography is a story about someone's life, right? So what about story or something like that?
True, true. Yes, story.
Actually, I kind of like that. That's very open.
We could do it.
What do you think? Someone's writing a biography, it's a story. And it's
Yeah, I can.
very open-ended, like what's the story about? The composer kind of
How?
decides.
What's the length on it?
I'm not sure because it's about 13 seconds, which is middle of the road. I say let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Um, stop. Okay. There you go, gentlemen.
All right.
Okay. I need a new project.
Get this timer going.
Okay, that's set up. Gonna download.
Okay, I am ready when you guys are.
Just in 1 minute.
Indeed.
Okay, videos in, project setup. Yep, I'm good to go.
Barros, are we ready? I never have my Zoom thing keeps closing down.
Cool.
Okay. Count it down. I shall hit this start button.
And we begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Composer dome.
Composer Dome. Ding-a-ling-ding. Plus that. Okay, we're
Oh,
at negative
dang.
10 seconds.
You scared Barrows.
Excellent. Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, tracks like it's always like 10 minutes is like either hit or miss. It's like, perfect. Plenty enough time. Or it's like, holy crap, a minute left. And I still need to make this composition work.
Well, which one was this
The
for you?
latter.
Oh, okay. Well, who selected? Was it me? Yeah,
Mhm.
I selected. Okay. Let me switch it over.
Yes, sir.
All right. 1 second, please.
Barrow says managed to do everything he wanted in time. Outstanding.
Excellent.
And this one was kind of, you could really interpret this a millions of ways.
That's
So
why I liked it, man. And it was kind of hard to determine from me, like, well, what direction do I go in? Like, what kind of scene is this, you know? So
I bet you used piano.
kind of. I use piano-ish, but it's not mostly a piano track.
Interesting.
Yeah. Let's let's get her going, man. Thorbo. Oh, that's like a lute, right? A really large lute.
Ah,
Okay, cool. Sound good?
good to go.
Awesome.
Yeah, is that a stripped down patch of that thing, that mallet flux?
There is mallet flux in there. Yeah, it's
Okay.
really low and very like simple. So it's just playing like one note. So it's
Nice
not going
rhythm
crazy. But yeah,
carries it.
it's giving it a little bit of energy. You know, kind of carrying it along,
Mm-hmm.
and it's appropriate for the overall vibe, in my opinion. So
So this vibe's like a kind of like. Can you play it one more time? Because it's
sure.
short.
Miss Mystery, I guess. Like a mystery, I guess. Would
Yeah,
be
like
my
mystery, slight kind of like almost some vibe of creepy, but not definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fits. It definitely fits.
Awesome. Cool. Well, that is what I have. Let's see. Yeah, a collection. Some of it is Inspire 2. So
I mean,
the
managed to get 6 tracks out, and that's you're gonna have a lot of musical stuff in here. So it's in 10 minutes, 6 tracks is pretty intense. That must have been a heavy workflow in the zone.
yeah. And well, and like, sometimes you just get lucky and like things kind of fall into place well and you hit on sounds that go well with one another. So sometimes that just happens too. I used hammer and waves for the piano like instrument, which I almost never do, but I think
Sounds
in
really
this it sounds
good.
really cool.
Oh yeah, it, like takes the pitch and like that's the creepy vibe I think I hear from the
Yeah.
yeah.
That is a really creepy instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But
anyway,
it works because the delay on it or the release and the resonance is perfect for
yeah. For
filling out
those
the
long,
background.
long drawn out notes too, like that. So, yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, Barros or I? Barros, would you like to
I'll
go?
let you two fight it out.
All right,
Barris
Barros
is up.
is up. Arigato.
Adagio.
Morendo.
Okay.
Oh, Oh, yes, we have a
That
nice
that actually works really well. Like
Shakespeare piece.
so
Yeah, it
like
does.
someone's dude, it's that's exactly I was gonna say someone's writing a biography of Shakespeare.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, like you see like History Channel, and they go over something like that's a perfect segue piece of, and in the early 1600s, and then that plays
Exactly.
right in the background, and yeah,
Exactly.
that's
So
it.
you begin adagio more and you go to morendo, so that's a timing, like a tempo, a drop, tempo drop. Slows down.
So in my opinion, that although it is like just it's on its own, that is my favorite thing that you've made so far,
Yeah,
Barros.
yeah,
That
yeah. It's really
personally.
simple but beautiful and like complex in its own right. So yeah, I
And it
like it.
sounds not bad. Like it's, maybe toss a little bit of reverb on that thing, throw a
Yeah.
VC2A on there, and we're chilling.
Yeah. I hadn't seen Morendo before.
Yeah, I've never even heard of
No, I haven't either. I'm
it. I
familiar
was
with
going to
Adagio, but
yes. And for the people anyone who's watching the stream, he said I was going to add the third on the final chord, but to keep the emotion, I removed the third. Only
mm,
octave and fifth.
yeah. Cool. I love it. I love it, man.
Bam.
Well done.
Hell yeah. Hell yes. All right. Let me switch this. Boom. Okay, here we are. Let's see. Open this guy up. So I got a little dissonance in here. I don't mind.
Sounds interesting.
Oh yeah,
I don't hear anything.
that's not good. Thought I just switched. Oh wow, it never did it. Come on. Oh no, I double clicked too fast.
Oh no.
Oh wait, come on, old Bessie. All right, we're good.
Someone's writing a biographer of an explorer.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Treasure Island.
Yeah, I like it actually. That's a cool chord progression, cool scale.
It's that B
But
to
yeah, Pharaoh. Yep.
D that I was yeah, Pharaoh in the desert. Um yep, so I just used some orchestral tools. Oh, by the way, Barros, if you don't know about this, well, Untold Strings we told you about last week,
Hmm.
or 2 weeks ago, but this instrument here is called Helix. And this is a free instrument from Orchestral Tools that you have to use the sign player with. But in my opinion, besides Untold Strings for free libraries,
It's
this
really
is
good.
the best.
Yeah.
So I just have doubled up Untold Strings in this, so everything's free. And that timbre, I love the built-in legato. It's not overdone, and it's just very subtle, and you don't really, yeah, it's
Crunchy.
digging it. But and then I just used the emotional violin and what's this last
Yeah,
thing?
man. Good old emotional violin. It's really good.
Or yeah, I got two Untold and then one emotional violin. Yeah, emotional violin will pierce through any string chord arrangement and kind of give it
Yeah.
its own little flavor. But again, like Mount Flux, like Playbox, like every other VST, it is very recognizable. I can spot it from a mile away in tracks, so it is what it is. All right, what are you guys feeling? How are you guys doing? You think one more or
I think I have one more in me.
all right, I say we do one more and call it a
Okay.
Composer Dome cat. Okay, I'm ready, Oracle. Oh, nope. Oh wait, okay. I see. Now it's
Hip
Bar-
hop.
Barros. Yes, hip hop. All right. Here we go, baby. Hey, you might want to pull out your Fruity Loops.
Pretty Loops for this one. Yep, definitely.
Oh, I gotta switch over my audio and do
Yeah,
all
let me
that stuff.
start a new project as well.
Okay. Boom.
I'm just gonna submit the first track I made over again.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, Composer Dome. That guy with the boombox, like it.
Hmm. Yeah, hopefully under 15 seconds, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm liking the shorter ones personally.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hard enough to make music in 10 minutes, but making 30 seconds is a challenge. How long is it?
It's not even like loading.
No
Ah,
worries. Oh, that's 31. Oof.
yeah, it's
That's
it's
on
a
the
little
long side.
long.
Yeah. 15 is probably a sweet spot, but 10 is okay, I think. Sometime we might transfer over to AI video creation. I think we've looked into it, but
Yeah,
yeah, I think that would be the best thing to do, to be honest.
yeah. I messed around a little bit more and found another one, but it's still short videos. It's the
Oh,
only issue.
he wants to do the 6 second one. Are you cool with that?
6 seconds? Let's hip hop. All right, 6 seconds of hip hop. Let's do it.
All right.
Skate. Oh no. Here
Oh
we go.
no.
I tried to sign in Portuguese rather than downloading it.
We're gonna have to learn some Portuguese here.
I know one thing, like I said, and I will say it now. Beijo no cu. I'm actually curious if you can
Is our show
understand my terrible.
no longer G rated? No.
Oh no, it's nothing too bad. I hope. I'm not sure. Okay, got my video dragged in here. Switch over my. Oh wait, no. Yeah, switch over my audio. Ready when you guys are.
Good to go.
Bottles. All right, let's
Ready?
get this show on the road. I am opening up the timer, and we are 5, 4, 3, 2. Composer done.
And the winner of the Academy Award
Yeah.
is.
Well, that's the end of the stream. See you guys. Wow. All right. Well, 6 seconds was never such a pain in the ass. Barrow says,
Well,
I'm wrecked.
I believe it is your turn to go first, sir.
It is. It is. It's all you,
Select
Barrows.
the Oracle
I'm gonna
named
switch
you
over
the selector.
my audio.
All right, yep, let's switch over. Pretty cool to get those drums down that quickly in that format, because I imagine it's pretty difficult to do drums like that in standard notation. Yeah,
So you wrote the drum kit in standard notation. So you click the kick and the snare and the was there hi hat in there too? So right. Let me see what. Can you play that one more time? A little short. Interesting. Yeah, you
yeah,
program that in 10 minutes. That's actually kind of seemed like it would be a pain.
yeah, cool. Yeah, good job, man. That sounds pretty good.
Hell yeah. All right. Your turn, sir.
All
Or
right.
unless you want me to go.
No, 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 I don't mind. Uh, you need to do some. Yeah, yeah, of course. Thanks for stopping by, man.
To the future, Barros. We shall be here.
All right. Okay, should be able to hear it.
Yes.
Cool.
So bam, I mean like real quick, just on the so whenever we've made hip hop stuff in the past like 6 months, the
Mhm.
last two hip hop things that you made in 10 minutes, in my opinion, are like way better sounding produced, like you know what I mean? Like the drums, I mean, you must have found some kind of like just a really nice drum set in that what is that?
This is 40s drums
40s
from Native Instruments. This is a different kit. I honestly just selected one at random. I didn't think I had time to really mess with them too much, but
Can you just hit a couple of those samples? I'm curious what the kick and the snares.
so that's what I went with because I wanted a really
Yep.
deep hip hop.
Yeah, it's that sub bass that's really doing it's doing all the legwork there, man.
It's
And
not
I
it's
think
not it's not a bad snare either.
yeah, clean.
Yep.
Yeah, and then the little was that hybrid keys or something on there?
Let's
Or
see what
or
do I have?
Arturia?
So there's playbox, but it's not doing playboxy stuff. I just have it hitting one note and then stopping, and
Yep.
that's this just for some texture.
Hell
And
yeah.
it only hits.
That's such a badass. Yeah, that's badass.
Um, and then I have what is this? I don't even remember. Oh, again,
Oh, so
not
it is. Yeah.
playboxy, but it's just playing single notes.
Yep.
But it's a cool sounding instrument.
Very nice sounding synth. Yep.
And then I have just a simple like while that's doing that, I got a callback.
Mm-hmm. All right, one more time for the top. The thing that I hear is the bass. Yeah, the playbox bass I think is in the wrong key, right?
It said I thought it was B minor. I thought it was in the key of yeah, B. So oh, B flat. Whoops, maybe that's why.
Ah, yes, yes. But the general like sound is awesome, but I did notice that there was the key difference, but then I was like, wait, is it? And then yeah, okay, so that makes sense
Yeah,
because
I
you could
fell
hear
as
the sub. Well, what is the sub of the 40 year own drums?
I have no idea. I didn't yeah,
Yeah,
that could be
that's
out too, but I don't know. If I listen to it,
yeah. Do you hear the play box is one step higher? You hear that? It's like
yeah,
one step higher in pitch than
yeah,
the
yeah,
bass.
true.
But
True.
yeah, that's killer, man. You dropped that one down one. It's in
Yeah,
key.
yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
great. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Cool. Well,
All right,
thank you.
let's jump in here real quick. So I, basically did something similar here.
Oh,
Uh,
Barris is back. I don't know if you caught the track, but we can still move on, but cool.
uh, okay.
Moving on to Aaron's hip hop composition.
Yeah, it's real short. Didn't get much done.
No, not at all, man. Not at all.
Uh-oh. Got spinning wheel of death. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
My share was being okay. I'm gonna stop sharing for a second and share again. Like a bit beach ball of death. We're gonna have to do the drastic measure here.
Uh-oh.
Bear with me for one moment. Yeah, I tend to always jump back to polyplex for
For the
the
kit?
kick and snare and all that stuff. That's because I'm used to it. I know how to tweak things. But man, if I got to start messing around with 40 drums more, because they definitely sound much better than the
Yeah.
polyplex.
Barris asked if Logic has a built-in notation program, and I'm not sure because I haven't used it very long.
So yes, it does. So if say you click something here and you hit N,
Ah, wow. I didn't know it was
you,
that easy.
yeah, you have built-in stare notation, and you can actually, print this out. You can file print the whatever track you have and stuff. And
Sure.
so yeah, I'll just. Can you hear that?
No.
Oh shit, it didn't work. Okay, switching over audio, and the bass didn't even trigger. But oh well. Same situation. Drums, play box. I mean, it's really a no-brainer when it comes to hip hop stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
Second to calm down. Okay. We're trying. Get the, it really doesn't like this track.
Oh.
Yeah, I got beach ball again. I'm gonna try it one final time, and I won't open up snare notation this time.
Stand by, folks.
Yep, close everything out. Uh-oh. Oh man. I think that's the first time that did you see this series of events that just happened?
Did you lose it?
I think I just lost it for real. So I just opened it and it didn't ask me to recover the project. Maybe we'll do it this time. Ah, maybe it's no. I think I just lost it, dude. I'll
Man.
try this one. The auto saved.
That might be it.
I'm on old Bessie. I mean, it's not much really if it is gone, but all right,
Oh,
sweet.
cool. All right.
Jesus. Okay. I bet my audio's probably still USB codec. Okay, yeah. Let me just make sure this is out of here. Nothing
Close the
new there.
video, close everything.
Close everything. Yeah, exactly. I'm actually gonna stop sharing for a moment
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just switch over my audio. Bam. All this for a terrible 6-second track. That's what we do here on Composer Dome.
That's what we do. Rain, sleet, or snow.
Man. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's start sharing. Okay. Can you see this and hear this? Let's go. Dude, I three
Wow, it
times
does
in a row.
not.
I try to hit play and it goes
It does not like that track.
no. What does it look like on your screen? You can't see the ball, but
No, we see
you
the
see that it's
skate. We see the
highlighted.
skate video, and the play button is highlighted like it's trying to execute, and it can't.
Man, dude.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I guess we'll just call it there and say I'll go boom 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 boom. That's my 10 seconds, dude. Basically it was literally like the same exact drums that we've all put in there, with a play box bass and a play box thing. Maybe I'll export it wave and the next time we have Composer Dome we'll start with that real quick and be like, "Oh, that's the last submission." I don't know.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
might as well not waste time here and just keep restarting here. So,
Yeah. Actually, before we go, Barros, I actually have a copy of Cubase sitting around that isn't the license isn't activated. So if you wanted it, I think I could share it with you. I don't think there's a problem with that.
hell yeah.
So
Did you get that from like
I
a
bought
piece of
hardware.
equipment? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you want to just send us an email to the Bending Star Audio, can we get the
Yeah.
email?
Let's see here. I'll throw that up in chat. Shabam.
Awesome. Yeah, send us an
Hell yeah.
email. I think we can work something out. And no problem. Thanks for joining. And anyone else that joined, thank you
Indeed,
for stopping
indeed.
by. It
Good
was fun, man.
episode today, and next Saturday at 2:30 p.m. we shall be it's gonna blow away this episode, man. It's gonna blow away this episode. That's all I gotta
I can
say.
feel it. I can feel it.
Stay tuned
Stay tuned for more.
to the future, gentlemen.
So long.